What's up, you guys? I have missed you all so very much. Welcome to this beautiful space. Hello, love beings. I've been calling you guys that lately. I really like it. But, better known as star seeds, light workers, beacons of light, beacons of love, all of that beautiful stuff. I felt you guys calling out to me a little bit here. So I definitely wanted to show up. I was in meditation and just kind of jam into this cool new artist that I found. I'll drop a link to his channel in the description box below. Just because it's so meditative. It's just wonderful. I think each and every one of you will really like it. But yeah, so I definitely wanted to come on and show up tonight. It's been a second. Like, where does the time go? Where does the time go? So I was meditating anyway, you guys. Don't let me get lost here. All right, we're going to get back in the flow. We're going to go. We're going to remember how to record these readings. I feel like time is just going by so fast. And I've been going through, we've leveled up, right? We've leveled up. We're going through an awakening again. We find ourselves here again, and it's super exciting. And the way we handle life circumstances, I'm sure if you're observing yourself very closely, it's very different. It's very different than maybe you would have handled things before. But we do get these whole new sets of responsibilities, which, if I remember from all of the other times, can be a little bit overwhelming. And on top of that, going through this integration process, right? Like just the DNA upgrades, the timelines aligning, right? Just a lot of, like, I've been getting flashbacks a lot. I don't know if any of you guys are experiencing that. My third eye, I can feel it buzzing right now. It is just consistently, like in the evening hours, it's just, or when I'm like alone in my own energy, like I can feel the energy coming in. I can feel it being activated and going through another level of upgrades. And it's just wild, and I'm tired, and I get these bursts of energy, and then I get sleepy, and then I get another burst of energy. And you know what I've also noticed, you guys, is every time we go through these awakenings, at first it's really exciting, because it is, and it's going to be exciting again. But then shortly thereafter that, like, the shock comes in, right? As you're digesting this information, digesting the truths that you have been observing. And the grieving process starts to happen, and there's that anger, right? Like, what do we do with the anger too? What do we do with that? I dance it out. I meditate. I take extra baths. Spend time alone. I know that's been the message for quite some time, and I've been getting out quite a bit. But it's so imperative for us to be able to spend some time just restoring our own energy, because our energy, we need to protect it right now. We just need to kind of cocoon ourselves and be nurturing ourselves and be resting, and really just being aligned as our number one priority. All else will fall into place. Alignment and taking care of our energy centers. Although our logical mind can, you see this with we're still going through these throat chakra upgrades, but it happens every time I come on these readings, because I don't know, that's something that's also coming up too, really quick. I know it's a side note, but I want to know what you guys want, right? Like, in our soul tribe and our soul community that we are creating here, I'm just the tarot reader, okay? And there may be more, I'm sure there's many more of you who are also going to be tarot readers, but that's what I can offer to our community. And so I really want to know what you guys want. I was in meditation, and I was thinking about doing some new moon and full moon rituals. And I was also thinking about, because for the past couple of weeks I've been thinking about it, and I've been really wanting to create like a sacred space for all of us, a place where not only you feel safe and just kind of confined and authentic, where the energy isn't completely affected. Like, YouTube's super public, And that's great. It's wonderful. I'll continue to post on YouTube, but I want a space where I can put more energy into it, where I can put more time into it, where I can truly be like authentically me. Not saying that I don't show up here authentically, but get real and vulnerable. And this is the space that I kind of want to create these rituals, right? Like create like a place for us all to get together on the new moon and the full moons, where I can do more. I think I would be able to do almost daily readings there. So let me know what you guys want, like whatever you guys, whatever pops in your mind, trust your intuition and drop that in a comment down below, so I can really kind of get to work and see what I can offer to our community. Okay. So I was thinking maybe doing like a Patreon, it'll be like a monthly membership. This will also enable me and my energy up to do more readings, because, there needs to be like, if there's an energy exchange too, you guys, more of your energy will be with me to be able to give you even more direct readings, right? On a more often basis. So something to think about. Let me know if you guys are interested in any of that down below. And then, yeah, let's just get into this. So I think I was trying to tell this story multiple times, but I was in meditation, and then all of a sudden my music just stopped. I picked up my phone and it was 11:11. And I knew that was a sign and an indication that it's time for me to finally speak my voice again, right? It's been, I don't know, probably a week and a half since I've recorded a reading, and I've felt very impatient within that process. And I'm sure that's something that you guys are feeling too, is impatient with this process, because we know where we're going. We got these new cues, a couple weeks ago. We got this new downloads of information about where we're going. So we're really excited about where we're going, but now we have to be patient with the process within getting there. And that's just something I'm experiencing, and that's something that is definitely coming through for you guys. All right. Oh, that black marker. Okay, you guys, right here. I'm going to move the camera. I don't know. So my daughter had a thing with permanent marker. We're going to put it up a little bit. Things happen, right? The permanent marker is now on top of the fridge. So hopefully that won't happen again. But isn't life beautiful? It really is. I know that may have sounded sarcastic. Even that's a beautiful moment for me. And that's something that I can be grateful for, right? Like not making a big deal out of it, whatever, not like, it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter. Things that matter. So I can feel that this is going to be quite a deep reading. I was called to these 4 very, very heavy decks. I haven't used this round one, the archetypes, in a while. I think I'm going to open with that. Yeah, I'm going to open with that. I'm going to say, I invite you guys, this is another thing, because I do like group readings. I do like group, I guess, coaching readings. And something that I've been opening those up with is a meditation, sometimes an incantation. So I feel like in this sacred space that I'm creating as well, that will be something you guys will see. I'll be uploading me and myself, and I think I'll be more comfortable showing my face and everything in my home, and all of that. But it's just all very sacred to me, and I'm like very mindful about who I share those intimate parts of my life with. Anyway, you guys, so breathing exercises, meditations, all that kind of stuff, affirmation exercises, where we can all just kind of get together and really, really, truly be ourselves, okay? Anyway, I think I want to call it the sacred circle. I don't know. Okay. And that's another thing. I don't know why it's coming through. It's like, okay, I'm being guided not to talk about that. Let's take some deep breaths together. So we're going to take a deep breath in, and we're going to close our eyes as well. And we're going to visualize as we breathe in, we're breathing in pure white light, okay? In through your nose and out through your mouth. And you're going to breathe out dark, fear-based energy. So breathe in the love, visualizing a bright white light. And breathe out that fear. And it might look different for each and every one of you. There's no wrong way to do this, but it might look foggy, smoky, cloudy, undesirable. And just go ahead and do that a couple more times. I'm going to go ahead and do it one more. All right, and then we're just going to say a prayer before we jump in. Holy Spirit, Heavenly Father, Archangel Michael, and Raphael, please be here with us as we move through this reading. I'm also inviting any other divine light beings, beings of love that would like to be present here. I want to send an invitation out. I don't want to keep it closed to just that. Okay. Please help us to just remain grateful. Please help me to articulate these messages through the channels of divinity, love, and light in a way that the viewer on the other side of this video may receive. And for each and every one of us, help us to just remain grounded, balanced, present, and grateful. Please give us guidance as we move throughout our days, our minutes, our moments, our weeks, our life. And help us to be present enough to receive that guidance. We thank you so much for everything, for this beautiful life that we get to live. Help us to remember that it is a beautiful gift of life. Help us to remember that in each one of these moments. We thank you so much. Let's go ahead and jump right in, you guys. Let's jump right in. I felt an energy shift. Everybody's it feels slow, right? It feels like we need to slow down a little bit here. We need to be patient. We need to be patient with ourselves, and we need to be patient with the process. Yes, time may be passing by quickly, and you may feel like you're not where you want to be right now. But just remember that this is a journey. It's a journey. Yes, we come to these places that are a destination point, time to celebrate. But it's because of the journey that fuels that celebration. It's remembering the moments of sadness, of deep sadness, of awakening, of grieving, the joyful moments. It's remembering it all, right? Looking back, you've been on this journey long enough, looking back upon your journey, I don't know how far you've come, the things that you've overcome, the things that you've dealt with that you never thought you would have to. It's beautiful. And each and every single one of you that is still watching this video is a gift to this world. I don't want you to forget that. I can feel the pain and the deep aching and the deep sorrow from people not being able to see what you see. You want them to. And the more that you want them to, it seems as if the more distant those relationships become. And you grieve. And you grieve. Know that everything is happening on perfect divine timing. Trust the process. Surrender. Have patience with yourself. Love yourself. Some of you, I feel shame. Deep shame. Let it go. Let it go. You've always been doing the best that you can. Always. And what's wrong with that? What's wrong with doing the best you can? This came up in a group coaching reading. Yeah, I feel like we're just coming into awareness, all of us, we're coming into new perspectives. And to gain that new perspective or that new level of wisdom, we must face ourselves, right? We must face ourselves. And we can have this process. Look at this, death right here. Look at this. And the poet only is able to write poetry because of the deep pain that he has experienced. But what does the poetry do? It is medicine to so many souls. It's a beautiful process of turning that pain into something absolutely beautiful, where people feel less alone. So just remember that the darkness that you feel and that you've been going through is going to be turned into beauty. Okay? And you're going through that process. And that's why everything is so heavy right now. It's a rebirth process. It's a death of a version of you, a huge part of you. And I think this has come up before in readings that although maybe that version of you went through a lot of trauma, you still are attached, right? And the whole beauty of this is seeing the truth about who we may have been in the past, but finding forgiveness and love. And by doing that within ourselves, we are then able to do that, to see other people in that light. Yeah. And that's the whole process that we're here. That's the only way, we can truly ascend. Is if people honor and respect people because they're people. We respect another human being because that's a fellow human being. Look at this, the lover. Finding that love, right? These are the levels of love. And it's beautiful, and it's not always going to feel like this, and you know that by now. It's not always going to feel like this. You know, based on experience, that once you get through this, on the other side of that, the love, the capacity to love unlocks all these brilliant and beautiful doors in your life. Okay? So that's where we're going here. Look at this. What I'm really feeling off this kiss card right now is the divine is kissing you. Like I don't know, really just grateful for what you're doing, like the work you're doing, right? Right now, this world is angry, okay? People are seeing things. Everybody's going through an awakening process. And like I open this up, part of that grieving process after the awakening is like mourning what you always believed to be true, okay? It's mourning your old truth, right? It's mourning that. It's a grieving process. And you've been facing all of this, and you're amongst such a, I can't even, just as minority of people, just such a small group of people in comparison to what most people are doing on this planet. And the divine thanks you for that, because this is not easy work. It's not. It's not easy work. And I think the faster we all start talking about that and get comfortable talking about that, the faster we're going to heal, not only within our own lives, but within everybody, right? Like just human beings, okay? Let's see what wants to come out here. Let's go ahead and see what wants to come out here. Okay, I can't take all of those. No, that's a lot of energy. All right, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead and cut the deck. And I'm going to take the one off the top. Look at that. It's a heart chakra awakening, right? Let me me just hold on to this a second. It's a whole, it's just, yeah, you might be experiencing, I am, like a lot of back pain, solar plexus, heart chakra. And it's by seeing the truth and by facing the truth within ourselves and seeing the truth, right? Like some of you, you're seeing the truth about the role you've played in life and how much you let other people step on you and walk all over you. And that's a really frustrating thing to observe. It's not, I mean, finding all of that out, right? We want to know the truth, but then when the truth comes, again, it's like we're mad at them, we're mad at ourselves, we don't know where to put this anger. And then you go through this whole process, 9 of Swords energy, 8 of Swords energy, right? The 8 of Swords is blindfolded. The 9 of Swords is when you see the truth, and it's like life is a nightmare, it feels like at some point. Like, it's like, oh my gosh, what the heck? Why am I seeing all of this? But that anger, right? That anger that we have for ourselves, either way, whatever direction you're putting it, okay? Allow yourself to just move through that energy. The best way to do it is through deep, I've been doing more meditation than ever, okay? Ever, like 3 hours at a time. My body has been needing it so very badly. Salt baths, crystals, okay? Crystals, meditating with crystals, eating, whatever makes you feel comfortable and whatever you're feeling drawn to. I feel like no restrictions on that, no restrictions on what we want. I'm drinking kombucha tonight. I haven't drank it in a while. I used to drink it every day for like a year. And I just haven't been drinking. I haven't been craving it, but I'm craving it right now. So that might be a special message for some of you. Anyway, let's keep it moving here. Maybe I'll just get one from each deck and I'll just cut it. So we, because I feel like I have more. Yeah. Secrets. It's like, yes, right? Secrets we've been keeping from ourselves, seeing secrets that other people have been hiding, right? Like, because here's the thing, you guys, and this is the truth. Everybody's living their own truth. People are truly making the best decisions with where they are in life. And it's their truth. And for us to truly have that unconditional, loving heart space, we have to honor and respect their truth, okay? Not try to convince them that their truth is not the truth, because that's going to be counterproductive anyway. It's about taking a step back and being nice about it, right? And for some of you too, because I feel like I'm getting a couple just different places on the journey. There's a change in relationship dynamics. And when we don't, most people, okay, here's a little in, and this is something that I've come across. Most people have a deep, everybody does. We're human beings. It's like that root chakra, that sense of belonging. And we have this wanting and desire to like fit in and have a tribe, right? Like we always will have that. Okay. I don't even think that's exclusive to the third dimension. I think that it's, we all have our family, right? We all want to belong. But anyway, what I'm saying here is when it's the first moment where we're having to put up those boundaries, having to speak our truth, it can be really shaky. It can be really shaky because we're learning how to communicate. We're learning how to do these things. And it can feel like everything is blowing up in our face, okay? And it's just all about you getting better at communicating through experience, right? But and having somebody on the other end, like a lot of the times a lot of people aren't good at communication. Okay. It's just most people, and most people have the fear of rejection. And so if you're putting up boundaries and their trauma from their life, has that fear of rejection, then, and they don't know how to emotionally handle it, if they're, like a younger, I don't know, just a less mature energy, it could be very explosive, right? People handle things very differently, right? So that's just for some of you, but just know that everything is all part of the process. It's all part of the process of like learning and walking through these things. And you're just becoming a master in every department, right? Of communication, of emotional abilities, of creating stability, true balance, right? Like not unbalanced stability. I said I was going to cut these. We'll see if one comes out while I'm talking. But yeah, I got to stop doing that. I lose my train of thought. I guess I was supposed to stop talking. Okay. Yeah. So here's this card. Oh my gosh. This card's heavy. It's really, really, really heavy. It's feeling like everything, like I can feel some of you. It's like when you see certain things, you feel like people have just like taken things from you. We become, our species, like the majority, I don't know what to say, like I don't know, but just a lot of people in society and like the societal norm, we're so numb. Like we don't realize we're walking around like zombies until we wake up and we like are like looking around. But we don't notice things going on around us, and we don't notice other people, like especially if you have a really beautiful heart and you see the best in people. It can be really, really painful to see people have been taking from you. And I'm going to read a little bit of this message from this card out of this book, because I just am being called to. And I feel like it's gonna, I think it's it is a longer one. I'm gonna read the last part, okay? Let's see here. Yeah, this may seem to be a tale about a bitter servant and a weak princess, but it is, at its heart, about protective magic and magical beasts, about appearances and truths, and about identity and generational truths, right? Like we've inherited so much of this stuff. And if we haven't done anything to consciously change that, we're doing the exact same things. There is a rich vein of symbolism in this beautiful tale. And so when this card comes through, know that someone extremely honorable has been wronged, and their work, their special signature, has been stolen from them. The truth must come out. If any have stolen or taken what belongs to you, metaphorically or actually from you, it shall be restored to the rightful owner. It also speaks of how the cruelty of a malevolent and jealous soul wishes upon an innocent other will only return to them. There will be a balance and a reckoning. Again, the strong connection with nobility exists beyond death. Philanda's magic continues. It cannot be killed, nor can the truth. Justice will be done. Allies continue to do their work on your own behalf. And even when the protection of parents vanishes, your own integrity and nature will see you through, right? Some of you, I don't know, like some of you, I feel like you didn't really ever have the protection of parents, but maybe there was some sort of protection in your life, and maybe, that dynamic has changed, or maybe things, you've lost somebody, I don't know, or just it's not the same anymore. And not just, I don't know, there's like this feeling at a certain point in life that we reach where we just, I guess I'm just feeling this like alone. I'm really on my own type of vibe, Your own integrity and nature will see you through. Truth pours forth, and the old king, wise and perceptive, hears all her words and knows the truth for himself for the first time. She may have lost her status, but her nature is still noble. After 3 days of tending the geese, her story becomes known. The false princess is punished cruelly after choosing the punishment for herself. I wish I would have read this whole thing because I know the story and you guys don't. And the prince learns wisdom of how easily fooled he was. Falada stays half within this world and half within another, and the princess does not forget what it is to be left out and is a kind and fair queen in her term. Okay, so it says here, meaning, identity theft, authenticity questioned, blood magic, justice, intimidation, wisdom. There will be those who envy you and try to take what is yours. Know that you have your own ancestral guides and a strong family ties. Believe justice will be done and the truth will be revealed. Know that who you are cannot be copied. You are protected and cared for. Your status is not why you are loved. Oh my gosh, if you guys have noticed, a lot of like the really prominent tarot readers, like there's, what I've noticed in my emails and my text messages, there are so many people scamming right now. And I feel like, I mean, I don't know who's behind these accounts, but like, it seems like a really big job to kind of crush the word of tarot readers, like by trying to, people are creating second accounts, pretending there's certain tarot readers. I mean, this is happening to every prominent tarot reader. It's absolutely wild. And some people are trying to like ruin their names. So definitely, some of you are actually going through that. But this is like, it's said metaphorically speaking or actually, right? Like you guys feel exactly the energy coming through off of this, right? It's like, people have tried to take a part of you to serve them in whatever way that means to you. And you're realizing that. You're coming into the awakening of that. And it's very, very painful. So if you're having any sort of back pain, lower back, upper back, know it's your power center and your heart space, okay? Your power center and your heart space. So some frequency music. Look, I have just crystals sitting here by the cards, okay? But yeah, frequency music for solar plexus and heart chakra will be very beneficial. All right, whether you're man or woman, this is the divine feminine deck. We all have divine feminine and divine masculine within us, and we all need to honor both sides. Very, very important, okay? These are affirmations that are going to speak to your intuitive body or your emotional body. So we have the enlightened feminine, right? And I can't remember the exact quote, but I think it's like wisdom is knowing others and enlightenment is knowing thyself, right? My gut instinct is wise beyond reason. I trust my intuition to guide you. I see what's going on here. All right. There's a person that's false around you and they've been taking from you. They've been taking from you and your gut instinct. You have you feel it, and you're being called to trust yourself right now. You're being called to trust yourself right now. This is the process of getting in touch with our intuition. It's not just like, oh, my third eye is automatically awakened. No, we go through these series of, right? We talk about the initiation a lot on this channel, and the initiation process to walk into that. You don't just get keys to the kingdom. You don't just get, to the palace or the holy space. You don't. And it's learned through tests, I guess, if you will, just because I don't have any better words to describe it right now. That's why I'm going to call it that. Initiations. But we get these set of experiences where if you talk to anybody else or looked to anybody else around you, they're going to give you a completely different answer because it's the voice that's not your own. You're being called to trust yourself, and that's how you get this process moving, right? That's how you move through these cycles, okay? So My gut, and this might be an affirmation that you might want to write down and just do for the next couple of days, okay? My gut instinct is wise beyond reason. I trust my intuition to guide me. And then we have the prophetess, I don't know if that's right, prophetess, yeah, of true power. I call my power back from all times and all places. I am my own. All right, you guys. You guys have went through a lot of trauma in your life. A lot. Like, a lot. Your life has not been smooth sailing. You've had to really work for every single thing that you have, right? It just hasn't been an easy road, right? Like always being a little bit different, never really fitting in with the crowd, whatever the heck that means. But always like, I don't know, you're just an old soul. And so you're not interested in the things that most people are, right? Because you're here to kind of do different things, right? We already know that. You're here to do light work. And you don't go to college and sign up to major in light work. We don't offer that kind of stuff. I mean, you can go to like school in Sedona. They have that stuff, but it's not common, okay? It's not what normal, quote unquote, people are talking about. So the people around you aren't going to have the answers, all right? You are. You're going through this process where you're being asked to tune into the portal of your heart, kind of figure out who the thieves are around you, right? There's probably multiple. Usually when we go through these processes, it's not just one, it's a reoccurring theme in our life, okay? And then trusting yourself to get rid of that energy and moving through that process of forgiveness of yourself, right? Because it's just something that you had to know on your journey. It's something that you had to see. It's sacred wisdom, okay? Let's get one more card. All right, I'm going to cut the deck. Be open. Things change. And what I'm really feeling off this card right now is, first of all, it's a card 31, so it's a 4. You have a very strong foundation, okay? So whenever you're not feeling safe or anything like that, just remember how protected and how far you've come and all of that. You have a very strong foundation. People can try, but they can't penetrate it. So just know that. And know that you're building an even stronger foundation right now as we speak. But also be open and just remain open, because things are changing, right? Different truths are coming in. Your belief systems are changing. You're going through an entire process of change. And just like catastrophe can strike at any moment and change life in a second, so can miracles. Miracles. Things can change really, 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 really fast, but you have to be open and feel like you're deserving enough for good things to happen to you. You have to be open enough and feel like good things are something that you deserve. I just said the same thing, but in a different way, because you really needed to hear it twice. Let go of that shame. Let go of that guilt. Let go of that heavy energy. Move through it. Don't judge yourself while you move through it. Love yourself while you move through it. And know that I love you. And you're not alone. And whatever you feel like you're hiding, this came through in that message last night too. Whenever you feel like you're just so different than other people, or more broken, or there must be something wrong with you. Know that every single human being feels that way at some point on their journey of life. Okay? Love yourself, love yourself, love yourself. We're still kind of moving through some heavy energy, so rest up, okay? Rest up. Be kind to yourself. Be patient with the process. But know that things are going to be changing pretty quickly, as fast as you want them to. We all have choices. As fast as you decide to tune into your heart space and trust yourself above all. As soon as you let go of the things that no longer serve you. As soon as you call back your power. Get really excited, you guys. We have beauty on the horizon. And I can't wait to walk into that beauty step by step with each and every one of you on this journey of life. These messages are changing. I can see how I'm talking is changing. You know what? I really like it. It's cool here. All right, you guys. I will talk to you soon. I love you very much. Namaste and God bless.